What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AB Investments. Hopefully, you're having a great evening and hopefully, your day went by great. If you collected and you made money in the market day trading today, it wasn't that hard today. Congrats to you, and I'm very, very happy. If you haven't, hopefully, you looked at and you've seen this because this has been the system, or this has been a pattern that happens, that happened all the time. And this is why I always tell you guys, volatility is your best friend, because you can make money on the way up and you can make money on the way down if you know the market. And therefore, you will never have to sell any of your shares to go ahead and buy any other shares, which we'll get to in a bit, because you're making money doing other stuff through your day trading. And I've always been advocating for this, for that role, because this is exactly what I do, and I find a lot of solace in it. Going day trade, make money in it. You're always going to have some losses here and there, but you want to, obviously, as a successful day trader, you want to have a lot more of your green than your red. And eventually, from those proceeds, that's how you can bloat up your position. It's much more convenient, much more fast, and a lot less hectic than having to pick up extra shifts of work and all that. But again, everybody has a different way and different route in life, but all roads lead back to AMC. Now, anyhow, with that being said, the one thing that they do with these little random acts of hope that they throw, and which is these days like these last 4 days of green, if you look at it, it's obviously all tampered and it was all very controlled. Best believe it is very controlled. If you think it's not, you got a lot to learn then. This is extremely very controlled. Look at AMC up to 25+% on the last 5 trading days. Look at GME, very similar, probably off by 1 or 2%. And then you will look at all the other stocks, like even whether Bed Bath & Beyond, Mara, Party City. You look at these stocks and you see that those are the same stocks. If you remember patterns, if you remember just these past few months, they were way more violently hemorrhaged and hit, to the point where, obviously followed up with all these negative and bad, articles and talks about bankruptcy. Even Carvana. Look at Carvana. You can't tell me you wouldn't like over 100% move. You can make so much money off that, whether off stocks, per shares, or in the options chain, which is even another world. So the idea here is since I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not advising anyone else, I'm speaking on myself and my investment. Since I know that these are not my long-term holds, these are all day trades. This is where I can make money. In the same time, I can over leverage them, the other side that is trying to out leverage me from my position in AMC by continuing to bring it down. They're trying to basically margin call us while we're trying to margin call them, right? And may the best man win at the end. Now, unfortunately, our adversaries, we all know, don't play by the rules. They invent the rules and they invent extra ones, even when the ones they invented go against them. But one thing they can't invent, even though they created a lot of shares, one thing they can't invent is your shares back in their hands, unless you give them that power. That's something they cannot invent. You have to give them that. And this has been the reason why we've been in this triangle and this stalemate and this whole thing. The reason why we even have a fighting chance is because we're sitting on the evidence of all the crimes that these people do. Think of it like this. These guys were like, if you think of them, they think of themselves as the professional boxer, and they look at us as the amateur that is coming in for the first day in the gym. That's how they view us, okay? And this is why this makes the perfect story for, those like Rocky Balboa moments and all those crazy movies and moments of defiance and all that. David and the Giant, and Goliath. So when you think on it, they're the professional boxers that they think they are, and they're like, oh, you're telling me I have to fight this amateur? Yeah, I'll put the whole house on this. because they were so sold on the idea that they've got us by the balls. They're like, we got all these tactics, we got all these weapons and everything, and rightfully they do. We got all this, we are all on the same page. These people could be divided easily by one implanted chill here and there, raise somebody to the power of influence, and then have them screw them from within. They have that. But they don't have the power of making you fold and sell your position back unless you choose to do so. And that's the thing that is killing them. And they could not, for in a million years, imagine that we will be obvious be here still by now. And this is also why you start hearing all this quick stuff happening now. I know some of you are out there wondering, like, why suddenly, like, it's been over 2.5 years, like, why suddenly all of a sudden, issue ape, okay, we need to reverse stock split it and convert it over, like, that's so much happening in that world. That's way too fast. Something is picking up and the heat is rising. Why is that? Because one thing I've told you guys before, that they don't have the time. They might have the money, they have the tactics, they have everything more than us, but they don't have time. That's how institutes work. They can't keep their money tied up into something that evidently in the end is going to be a losing project. So eventually they're cutting their losses, but they're trying to do it the way they want to do it, on their terms. They accept defeat, but they want it on their terms, which is why this is why I'm so against this whole reverse and crap and conversion and all that stuff, because this is to their terms. You will get your run up. If that shit goes yes, you'll get your run up. Good luck with MOAS. And this is why I have a huge issue now. I'm even hearing some clownish content creators, like, I guess in a position of influence, just because of the sheep around them allow them to, or too afraid to speak. But they're even they're advocating for selling AMC shares to go ahead and buy Ape. Where's the fucking sense in that? There's some people around that clown that I know have a lot more integrity than this, unless I was completely wrong on everyone. How do you stand and let stupid madness like this happen? This is like, everybody is entitled to their own decisions and their own means and whatever they want to do. But to influence it and to other people as it's the way to go? F no. I could easily, like the hypocrisy and the audacity. How do you tell Trey, you paper-handed, did you sell, you paper-handed little bitch? And you're doing that just so you can have a little more Ape, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 here and there. How petty is that? And again, this ruins, like, if you're giving the shorts the shares they need, the AMC shares they need to cover, so you can go and follow another dream of hopeism here and there, of buying more Ape in the hopes that it gets converted over back to AMC because you're super greedy and you want to, buy something for $2 less than the other one, or $3 less? And that way you think that you're going to capitalize more on your thing? Wow. Fuck one-dimensional chess. This is like a half chess. Like, this is not even checkers. I'm not going to entertain it much. I'll tell you guys that. All I got to say is you have the power and they, on the other side, need it. If you follow these shills here and there that are arguably, who knows? Like, I can't question their motives by this point. They could be planted, they could be paid for, whatever, or whatever it is, because most of the people I've seen say yes to this conversion have either over leveraged themselves and buying Ape in the hope of reaching the promised land of AMC one day, on conversion, or shills that don't even have real portfolios. Like literally, this is exactly what I've seen. Like, I haven't seen, maybe one or two here and there, but majority have been people that have just been crazy buying ape because the hope of maybe perhaps it getting converted over for cheaper back to AMC. But again, what are you bringing? I have a lot of ape too. When I say I'm okay with sacrificing whatever I got to do with ape just so that my AMC can be intact and have the MOS that we need, that's true sacrifice right there. But selling my AMC to have more ape and then bring it back, and then you got knows how many shares are out there on the other side's hands, that's madness. That's stupidity. Again, I can't advise anybody on what to do and what not to do. I just have to call it as I see it. Again, as a member or as an ape in this movement, just another one. I encourage everybody to call it out when you see it. Don't be afraid of who says what or what not. Most of these places sometimes now are like cults. Wrong, okay, we'll keep moving wrong. It's okay, but we stick together. On the wrong, it's fine. Right, it's okay, we stick on the right. Right or wrong, we're gonna stick together, which is, again, it's madness. It's cultish. So, with that being said, much love, AB Investments.